Monique Taylor. I'm a certified Shiatsu Equine Massage Therapist, and I'm the owner of Canyon Mist Ranch. This is the second part of a video where I'm going to go over and look at a saddle to show some areas that I find are very problematic on a lot of horses. I talked in another video about how the motion starts from the hind end, works through, has to go through the back to the front end on any kind of a horse, no matter what discipline you're riding, and how that saddle fit can stop that and cause a lot of problems. You can see that on another video. This is a continuation of the video on the parts of the saddle. If you're not familiar with the terminology of the saddle and the construction of the saddle, that's not a big deal. Just jump back to that video and you'll see me going over the different parts of the saddle so you know what I'm talking about in this one. So right now I'm going to take this saddle down and we're going to look and see how this fits the horse. As I said in the last video, I often end up doing this if I have a horse that, so often I have a horse that's really sore on one wither and one side and the opposite side of the back, and the first thing we can pinpoint it to often is the saddle. So let's take a look at this saddle. I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to kind of squat down here so you're going to be looking over my shoulder. So the first thing I do is I try and line it up directly, and if you can just go right directly, and I look right down here. So is this equal? So on this saddle, if I were to do it, I actually hold my two hands here and I get the light and I can actually see that just a little bit, this comes out a little bit sharper and a little bit higher than this side right here. Not bad, not bad. But if you look down that channel, you can see a little bit of a difference through here in the symmetry of it. That can be enough to cause an issue with a horse. I also look at right here. How are these developed? It looks like this might be a little bit thinner here, but they're hand flocks, so you're not going to get away from that completely. And then I look and see, is this symmetrical on the pommel? And this one you can see, this side is just a fraction higher. That makes a difference on the way a horse moves. So when we look at this, I'm checking it with the light here. This is a fraction higher and goes out a little bit more. That's enough to push a horse over. And then we often try and correct it in the rein. So on this back part, we're looking through, and this looks pretty symmetrical here, a little bit fuller right in here. And it looks a little bit higher on this side than this. Actually, it does look a little bit higher to me on this side than this side. You can see. But another way to do that would be to kind of sit down and let your hands do the feeling. You can look at it this way, and then I often just close my eyes and I just let my hands do, and I can feel some unevenness right here. I can, yeah, right here in this part, this comes out quite a bit more. The rest seems pretty much okay except for those few things I pointed out. But just run your hand gently. This is really important because if that horse can't move through that spine and through that back, you're working a horse's hind end, and then you're working their front end, withers forward, and you've got no motion going in between. Till next time.